Field play. He's got Mark out there at second base right now as we look at the action from Matt's game. High in the air, left center field, deep. Burks going way back, Lofton going way back. This one is high off the wall. Burks plays the Cameron. Martin will score. Cameron will stop at second. And the Mariners have a 1-0 lead. That is into right field. And it's a base hit. Cordova has to go back and get it. Cameron in to score. Over to third base is Bell, and into second is Lampkin, and it is 2-0 Seattle. Blooped into left field, and that's a base hit. Bell is in, and now this is a big inning. Lampkin right behind him. It's a 4-run rally for the Mariners. Deep into left center field, and way back there. That is off the top of the wall. Martinez scores. Olerud scores. Martin stops at third. It's a double for Cameron, his second in a row. And he almost put up a 4 spot on that one. 6-0 Mariners. And Cameron with 2 doubles and 3 batted in already. To the inside and through the draw to infield. Martin will come in to score, and being waved home is Cameron, and he will score as Burks throws into second. And it is 8-0 Seattle. They've had 5 consecutive hits to start the third inning. Here's Ichiro hitting a high drive into left center. Lofton tagging Guillen from third. He'll score. Also tagging Bell from second. He moves to third. That makes it a 5-run inning. And it is 9-0 as Ichiro gets his third RBI. Cleveland having trouble in its own ballpark for the first time. Now they might get 2. Oh, Vizquel has to go right under his glove. 1 run is in, and 2 runs are in. Bell and Lampkin both score. 1-2 the count. That one gets through. Just past Roberto Alomar. Here comes the throw in, cut off by Tomey. McLemore scores. Martinez to second. It is 12-0, and the fans are very unhappy. That one is hit high in the air, deep in the right center field. Cameron and Ichiro, and gone, a home run. Number 35 for Tomey, extending his American League lead.
Gerald thinks that Ichiro's power numbers will go up the second half.
Into left center. That one will go up against the wall on a hop. The Cameron played by Branyan. Coming in to score is McLemore. Then the throw goes to second, at which point Edgar Martinez dug for third and made it easily. Branyan threw in behind him. And Edgar, seeing that, just took off for third with the sore quadricep muscle and all. There's it, first and third, 1 out. Nice pickup by Tomey. And he gets the short out at first. Coming in to score is Edgar. And the second is Sprague. RBI for Martin. And Russell Branyan driving one into the alleyway, deep into right center, and gone, a home run.
Player that a lot of teams tried to pick up before the deadline.
Shallow left. Martin, no, it's in front of it. Diaz scores, and so too does Lofton. Vizquel stopping at second, a 2-run single for Cabrera. And it is 14-5 Seattle. And then he went out and hit 2 home runs. Deep into left field. And that one is gone. He's hit 2 home runs tonight. Number 36. Over the big wall of the opposite field.
During the holidays.
Cordova deep into left center, and that one is gone. Well, is it too late for all of this? The Cleveland Indians erupting now against Halama. That's their 4th home run of the night. And the game that was 14-2 is now 14-8.
Well, as far as winning the game, Yeah, it's probably too late because of the guys Lou Piniella has in his bullpen. Tells you what was going on with his career.
Along the right field line, dropping quickly, base hit. Diaz comes around to score. Lofton stops at third. A double for Vizquel. And here in Cleveland, they're starting to get excited. It is 14-9 Mariners. Sunday night baseball, Mariners 14, Cleveland 9 into the last of the ninth inning. Coming up on Wednesday night baseball, Jim Thome and the Indians up against the Minnesota Twins, and Doug Minkiewicz at the Metrodome. Big head-to-head in the Central Division over on ESPN2 at the same time. Nomar and the Red Sox up against Jason Giambi and the Athletics. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on ESPN and ESPN2. And there's ball 1 to Eddie Taubensee. Jim Thome on deck. Russell Branyan due up third. Cleveland has hit 4 homers in the game, 3 in the last 2 innings. They had a 3-run 7th and a 4-run 8th. And that is right through the middle. Base hit for Taubensee, his first of the game. And now Thome, who homered in the 4th to right center and in the 8th down the left field line. Jim Thome in the 4th against Aaron Seeley. And that was a blast. 418 feet. His 35th of the year. Then in the 8th inning against Halama, the opposite way, number 36. He's the American League's Player of the Month for July. 2 homers tonight. And there's a slider down and away. Well, they don't have the closer up in the Mariner bullpen, but Jeff Nelson, one of their trio of dominant relievers, has started to warm up on a night where they had a 12-run lead. Muscles one on the right. That one knuckling. The throw back to first. Almost doubling up. Eddie Taubensee was Charles Gibson. Showed a pretty good arm on that play.
They just don't take anything for granted. It's only getting jammed on a good fastball. Inner half of the plate, the target's there. The pitch was in the location. Gibson kind of jockeyed a little bit in the outfield like he wasn't going to be able to get there. As soon as he did, immediately came up with a strong throw. Ooh. I think he's out.
I think he got him. One out, Russell Branyan. And Charlton drops in a called strike. By the way, remember how Brent Musburger in that update from L.A. told us that Sosa would bat in the 9th inning? I'm not going to spoil it.
Something happened?
Don't click away just yet. 0-1 the count. And Branyan now 0-2. He has homered and been hit by a pitch since entering the game. Sammy Sosa, though, you have to agree, he's a pretty good player, right?
He's really good.
And he's kind of stepped up his game. I mean, not all around. Not going to hit 66 homers, but he's become a great player on a very strong club. A winning team and a winning player. 2 down now as Branyan is down on strikes. Here's Bill Pito to tell us what happened in L.A.
Guess what, John? Brett Musburger has a call on ESPN2. And Sosa over the wall in right. Number 37 on the year. Ties it up at 2. All the makings.
Man. Now here's Jobert Cabrera. So Sammy with 2 down in the 9th inning. Homers against Jeff Shaw to tie that game.
Sammy's thinking about another MVP.
Got a lot of people thinking about it. That one into left field, going back. Martin looks up and off the scoreboard. Martin plays the carom. Into third base is Taubensee. Cordova with a double. Cordova has a 4-hit night. 2 singles, a homer, now a double. And here is Will Cordero. And that will bring Lou Piniella out of the dugout, and he is going to the bullpen. He said, hey, this has gone far enough. He doesn't look any too happy about it either. Jeff Nelson called into a game that they once led by 12 runs. Will Cordero coming up. We'll be right back. Jacobs Field in Cleveland. The Seattle Mariners 14, the Cleveland Indians 9. 2 on, 2 out in the ninth. Next Sunday, we'll see Maglio Ordonez, Ichiro. It'll be the Chicago White Sox and the Seattle Mariners from Safeco Field in Seattle. 8 Eastern, 7 Central, and 5 Pacific. And we hope you'll tune in with us next Sunday night. There's Jeff Nelson. I mean, that's a great scene, Safeco Field. I mean, the crowd is electric. And a lot of excitement in that ballpark. Here's Jeff. Now look at those numbers. Is that ridiculous? 46 innings. Actually, we're not even showing his hits allowed. But his batting average against, he's only allowed 18 hits in 46 innings. I've never heard of such a thing.
And there's more good numbers we could put up if there were just more room on that board. Nelson's just too big. He takes up too much space. He's been outstanding this year with coming in with runners on base, leaving them there. He's inherited 31 runners. 28 of them have not scored.
Ooh.
He's been terrific in the first hitter faced. 49 times that he's come into a ball game. 40 times the first guy he's gotten out.
Well, and the same on the second guy and the third guy and the fourth guy, right? I mean, he leaves them on base and nobody ever gets a hit against him. 46 innings, 18 hits allowed. I mean, that'd be like if you put that into 9-inning increments. What's that? He'd given up 2 hits, 3.5 hits every 9 innings pitched.
You know, Lou Piniella deserves some credit for that as well, for bringing him in to face right-handed hitters. His slider just dominates guys from that side of the plate. If it's a left-hander that would have been coming to home, Piniella would have had Arthur Rhodes up.
Here's Cordero. Here's that slider down and away for ball 1. Now, they're singing his praises, and they're well-earned, but Nelson did give up a run game on Friday. Gave up a run. I mean, it scored on a ground out. It wasn't overly impressive, but one of the few he's given up. Fastball. That is up and away. Now, you might be asking, well, how come Charlie Manuel doesn't send up a left-handed hitter since he's so mean to the right-handers? Well, Charlie emptied out his bench when the score was 14-2 to give some of his regulars a little bit of a breather in a blowout. Who knew? That's a called strike in the outside. 2-1 the count. The biggest deficit in Major League history that a team overcame to win a game was 12 runs. That was 1911. Detroit, down by 12 to the White Sox, came back to beat them 16-50. It's not happened since. That's 90 years. 3-1. Einar Diaz, the catcher, is on deck. Actually, it happened twice. Cleveland blew a 12-run lead at 1925 to the Athletics. And lost the game 17-50.
1911 and 1925.
3-2 to count. It hasn't happened actually since 1925. Although this weekend was the anniversary of the game back in the 20s or the 30s, where Cleveland got 9 runs in the 9th inning against the Yankees, who 2 down and nobody out in New York to win a game. Slider just a bit high, and the bases are loaded. Ricky Nelson saw a lot of pitches, giving him a workout. They've got another game against each other tomorrow here in Cleveland.
Charlie Manuel has to be proud of his ball club. Proud that Cordero took that pitch just out of the strike zone, but his team has battled back to get the tying run on the on-deck circle.
And Brian Price on the phone to the bullpen. So here's Einar Diaz, who had a single and a run scored in the 7th, an infield single and a run scored in the 8th. Way outside, ball 1. So Diaz gets on. Kenny Lofton would become the possible tying run of the game, and the Seattle bullpen is up again.
You know how bad Kenny Lofton wants to get to home plate tonight. It was a misplayed fly ball that started the scoring for the Seattle Mariners tonight. It was a bad judgment on a base running play that ended the scoring in the last inning for Cleveland.
2-0. And no Nelson, the one blip on the screen for him this year is that he does walk a lot of people. 29 walks in 46 innings, including the one that he just issued to Cordero, and now Price out to the mound. You've got Sasaki. This is already a rule book save situation. And Nelson did not inherit it. It has become a save situation because of his walk to Cordero, and the save situation is that the possible tying run is either at the plate or on deck. The possible tying run at the moment is on deck. Nelson cannot get a save, but Sasaki could, which would be sort of a small victory for Cleveland if they got him into the game on a night where they were down by 12.
I don't think Nelson or Sasaki even had their spikes laced up.
That's a strike. 2-1. 3 men on. Taubensee at third base. Cordova, who's had 4 hits tonight at second, and Cordero at first. 2 down in the 9th inning. 14-9. Seattle ahead. And there's ball 3. Nelson is 1 pitch out of the strike zone away from bringing the possible tying run to the plate. And Lou Piniella said, wait a minute. These are like the bad old days. This is the way that used to be with our bullpen here. 3-1 the count. Popped out, foul, and out of play. Full count, so now all of the runners can take off. Crazy night at Jacobs Field. It got out of control early for Cleveland as Seattle built a 12-0 lead in the 3rd inning. Well, they helped him out a little bit, didn't they?
He did. I was a little bit surprised the tape was not on there, knowing the tying run is in the on-deck circle, not at home plate as of yet.
Diaz hitting .303. There go the runners. Line drive, base hit. Taubensee scores. Cordova scores. Cordero stops at second. And now Kenny Lofton will come up as the possible tying run. It is 14-11. A game the Mariners led as late as the 7th inning, 14-2. And now Sasaki will get the call.
A lot of people that started their night here at the ballpark left early when their team fell behind, wishing right now they were still in the ballpark because the fans that are here are on their feet and excited.
Kazu Sasaki in for the bullpen. He thought it might be a night off. Lofton coming up. We'll be right back. There is Kazu Sasaki, Daimajin, which means giant man or giant hero of a man that saves the people. 300 career saves in both Japan and the United States. Lifetime, when you combine the two, 35 saves this year. And he has been the Mariners version of Mariano Rivera. And Kenny Lofton is coming up against Sasaki. It's been a tough night for Lofton. The 4-run second inning began with 1 out on this drive to center by Martin, which Lofton initially misjudged, then played into a double, and then this ill-advised dash from home to the plate in the 8th inning for the final out of that inning with the score 14-9. But he gets another chance to do something great to help the Cleveland Indians. 2 men on, 2 men out. Outside the back, was a little bit off the court. There is Cordero at second. Einar Diaz, who's had 3 hits, all of them in these last 3 innings when the Indians have scored 9 runs. Jeff Nelson faced 2 hitters, walked 1, gave up a 2-run single to the other. Through 12 pitches when he was in there.
Cleveland's hit 4 home runs tonight. They need 1 more. Lofton's hit 7. Sasaki has allowed 6.
And somewhere tonight, Sasaki may well have checked out of this game mentally, right? 14-2 in the 7th inning.
Well, it really looked like Jeff Nelson had. That's not the Nelson that we've seen the last 4 or 5 years.
Base hit. And the bases are loaded. Cordero stops at third, and now Omar Vizquel will come up. And the possible tying runs are all on base, including Lofton, a fast runner at first, who is the possible tying run.
And the key to this comeback might have been the conversation Robbie Alomar had with Kenny Lofton. Because since that conversation, Lofton has gotten 2 straight hits. He is the tying run on at first base. We know he has speed. And the go-ahead run is at home plate.
Well, there, you saw Lofton knowing who he is, even though he's had a bad night, not trying to get out of his normal game. He's not a home run hitter. He hits it occasionally, but usually by accident. A clean single to left. And here is Vizquel. He's had 2 hits tonight, including an RBI double in the 8th inning. 1-1. Changed up on it. Vizquel, the young son of Omar.
A little bit surprised that Charles Gibson is so shallow in right field.
The ball gets over his head. This game will be tied. Too low. Sasaki got a great split finger pitch. That's his out pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike to Vizquel, who is 1 for 2 in his career against Sasaki. And that Mariners bullpen, the top bullpen in the game. 6 runs allowed tonight. And 3 base runners here. He chased the splitter. 1-2.
Sasaki is so in control of his emotions. This crowd can get as loud as they want. You can bang on that drum all you want. But he has been in these tough spots many, many times before and succeeded in most of them.
In a game they were trailing by 12, the fans who were still here on their feet, hoping for a 9th inning miracle. They're down to their final strike. And back to the splitter, but this time Vizquel once fooled, not twice. 2-2. He wasn't supposed to have been this way for Lou Piniella. Not with a 12-run lead in the 7th inning. Not for the team with the best record in baseball. Fastball. Tried to sneak one by him, but it was a little bit low. I mean, he snuck it by him, but just a little bit low. 3-2 the count, and now they'll all be running. And Lofton, the possible time run at first, to get those extra few steps. So on an extra base hit, he could much more easily score the tying run of the game. Cordero, Diaz, and Lofton, there they go. Got a piece of it to stay alive. Colbert Cabrera would be next. In the history of Major League Baseball, a walk-off grand slam, so-called, as we call it on SportsCenter, with 2 down and the team trailing by 3, has occurred 13 times. But it also occurred last week in Pittsburgh when Brian Giles did it against Houston. Billy Walker. There go the runners. And he lunges at it, popping it foul out of play. Continuing the battle still further with Sasaki. Cordero back to third, Diaz back to second, Lofton back to first. Lofton got a huge jump. I mean, it is critical for Lofton here to get as absolutely as big a jump as he can with this advantage of being able to run. 14-11 Mariners. 3 on, 2 out. The runners go. Down the line. It's headed into the corner. 1 run is in. And it goes through. They have tied the game. Vizquel to third. It's 14-14. Unbelievable. They have come back from a It's in downtown Cleveland.
Talk about turning moments during the course of the season. This could be one right here. Why were they not guarding the line defensively at first base? Why was Charles Gibson not playing deeper in right field? Hard to understand, but because of both of those things, we're right back where we started with a tie ball game.
Now, Sasaki, as Nico Vizquel watches his dad perform as the hero. There's the bluff of a bunt by Cabrera. And it is ball one. Cabrera is up in Roberto Alomar's spot in the order. Kenny Lofton has scored the tying run. And now Sasaki, whose team once led by 12, is trying to send this into extra innings. Vizquel bluffs down the line from third, trying to distract Sasaki.
And he almost got a bunt call there. Third base coach Joel Skinner was screaming at third base umpire Mike Everett.
Too low. 2-0 the count. Eddie Taubensee, who started the inning with a single, is on deck. It has been 76 years since any major league team came from a 12-run deficit to win a game. That happened at the expense of the Cleveland Indians. 2-0 the count. 3-0. So we have seen an historic game tonight. And not many people who are still living have ever seen anything like this. A team overcoming a 12-run deficit, and Cleveland has done it all in the last 3 innings of this game. They were down by 12 going into the 7th inning. Again, Vizquel bluffing down the line from third, trying to distract Sasaki. 3-0 the count. Bluffing the bunt, taking the strike.
Boy, did that all on his own. Base coach Joel Skinner gave him the green light. You see something you like, take a swing at it.
Norm Charlton charged with the first 2 runs of this inning. Jeff Nelson charged with 2 runs in this inning. 3-1 the count. Down to third, David Bell. And a little bit high and wide, but saved over there by Spray. The Cleveland Indians get 3 in the 7th, 4 in the 8th, and then, incredibly, 5 in the 9th inning. And all 5 of them after 2 men were down. Omar Vizquel with a 3-run triple, and this game goes on. Cleveland has 22 hits, 16 of them in the last 4 1/3 innings. And one more here could make them a winner.